Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss the NCERT solutions of the chapter Separation of Substances. I hope you all have understood the chapter. So now let's do the back exercise. The first question is, why do we need to separate different components of a mixture? Give two examples. What is the need to separate the different components of a mixture? Because in a mixture, because in a mixture, there are useful components also and waste component also, which are of no use. There are other impurities also. There are other impurities also. So now we have to separate the useful components from the impurities. Okay. Separation is done to separate useful component from waste and impurities. From waste and impurities. And if the separation is not done, if the separation is not done, it will lead to spoiling of the useful contents. Okay. If it's not done, spoiling of useful component will be there. Okay. So that's why we separate the components of a mixture and also to remove the impurities. Okay. Give two examples. Okay. We have first example, separation of tea from tea leaves. We cannot drink tea with the help with along with the tea leaves. So that is why its filtration or separation is important. Second is separation of stones from pulses and rice. Okay, you know that in rice and pulses there are some small stones. So we have to remove them. We have to separate them. Otherwise, we cannot consume them. So that's why separation is important. Separation is necessary. Next is, what is winnowing? Where is it used? The question is, what is winnowing? It is a method of separation. Okay. Winnowing is a method of separation of lighter and heavier particles by blowing air, lighter or heavier particles by blowing air or wind is called winnowing. The lighter particles will be blown and heaviers will stay. Okay. So where is it used? We all know that this method is used by the farmers. Okay. It is used by the farmers. It is used by the farmers to separate husk particles from seed grains. We know that the seeds are heavy and the husk particles are lighter. So they just blow the air by the mouth or wind. So what will happen? The husk particle will be blown away, and what will be left is seed grains. Okay. Next question, question number third. How will you separate husk or dirt particles from a given sample of pulses before cooking? Again, the answer would be by the process of, by the method of, okay, it can be done by the method of winnowing. It can be done by the method of winnowing. Okay. Next is, how will you separate sand and water from their mixture? We have to separate sand and water from the mixture. So what will happen? How do we do it? It can be done by the following steps. The first one, what we will do, we will let the mixture undisturbed for some time, and what will happen? The sand will settle at the bottom. The sand will settle at the bottom. Okay, this is called sedimentation. It will settle down. Now what we will do, we will take another beaker, take another beaker, and slowly pour the water, and slowly pour the water in it, and slowly pour the water in it, and leave the sand in previous beaker only. What is it called? It is called decantation. Okay. Next question. Is it possible to separate sugar mixed with wheat flour? If yes, how will you do it? Yes, it is possible. Yes, it is possible. How it is possible? How we will do it? We will mix the mixture in water. So mix sugar and flour in water. Okay. Dissolve the sugar. Now dissolve the sugar. So after this, filter the mixture. When you will dissolve the sugar, sugar will not be there. So dissolve the mixture, filter the mixture of water and flour, water along with dissolved sugar. the sugar which is dissolved in the water, it will pass through the filter paper. The water along with dissolved sugar will pass through filter paper and flour, and the flour will be the leftover residue, because flour cannot pass through the filter paper, so it will be left up there, and the water along with the sugar will be passed through the filter paper. So that is how we can separate sugar and wheat flour mixture. How would you obtain clean water from a sample of muddy water? So again, it is same as the question number. It is same as the question number 5. So first of all, allow the mud to settle down. Allow the mud to settle down. Then slowly pour the water in another container. In another container. And if you want to get clean water, okay, completely clean, then you can pass chlorine gas. It will kill all the germs also. So that can also be done. Next question is question number 8. Fill in the blanks. The method for separating seeds of paddy from the stalks is called, the method is called threshing. We have learnt it. The method is called threshing. When milk cooled after boiling is poured onto a piece of cloth and the cream, malai, is left on behind. This process of separating cream from the milk is an example of, it is left over on the piece of cloth. So the piece of cloth is acting as a filter here. So the answer is filtration. Salt is obtained from seawater by the process of, we know that water evaporates, so the process of evaporation. The salt will be left over and the water will evaporate. So the process of separating salt from the seawater is evaporation. Impurities settle down at the bottom when muddy water was kept overnight in a bucket. The clear water was then poured off the top. The process of separation used in this is, which method we are using here? Decantation. The method used here is decantation. After that, the next question is true or false. A part is a milk is a mixture of milk and water can be separated by filtration. No, that is false. B part, a mixture of powdered salt and sugar can be separated by the process of winnowing. That is also not correct. This is false. Next is separation of sugar from tea can be done with filtration. It is also false. We cannot separate that by filtration. So false. Grain and husk can be separated with the process of decantation. No, that is separated by the process of winnowing. So this is also false. So all the answers of the true false are false. Let's move to the next question. Lemonade is prepared by mixing lemon juice and sugar in water. You wish to add ice to cool it. Should you add ice to lemonade before or after dissolving the sugar in which case would it be possible to dissolve more sugar? So the answer would be, you must have seen your mother when she makes the lemonade. She dissolve the sugar in normal water, okay? And then after that she add ice or the cold water to it. Because if the temperature is high, the solubility of a substance increases. So the sugar must be added, the sugar must be added before ice, because sugar will dissolve faster. Sugar will dissolve faster when temperature is high. Okay. So more sugar can be dissolved before adding ice. Before adding ice. Okay. So before adding the ice, we will dissolve the sugar, and after that we can add ice to make it cold. Because the normal water is having high temperature than the cold water. So the sugar will dissolve faster in the normal water, and then we will add ice to it. Okay. So that's all. I hope you all have understood. So take care. Thank you very much.